Hi, my name is Lameika Baker, and Jesus changed my life. I grew up in a dysfunctional family. There was a lot of domestic violence, verbal abuse, physical abuse. However, I was subject to all of that. My life changed one day when there was an altercation between my parents, and my mom went to jail and my dad was hospitalized. I was lost. And I moved in with my grandmother, and I was made to go to church. I literally was drugged to church, and I hated it. So, long story short, my grandmother ended up passing away, and so I knew there would be no more church for me because my mom was definitely not going to take me. So, growing up around that type of environment, it caused me to live a lifestyle of promiscuity, which means sleeping around, partying, drinking. It caused 2 rapes, 3 abortions. I was a total mess. And I also, too, was subject to domestic violence at a young age because, again, I had no father. So I'm just kind of wondering, just trying to figure this thing all out. Well, one day someone invited me to church. And it took me a little minute before I came, but I eventually said, okay, let me go. There has to be something better for me. However, at that time, I was in a relationship, fornicating, shacking up, and I started coming to church, and it was just something different about Soul's Harvest at that time, which is now Exceeding Grace. And so I kept coming, listening to the word. However, I knew that I couldn't continue to live in sin. So at the time, I let the person know that, hey, I'm done with this because conviction comes. And so he wasn't happy with that. And so literally at the cost of my life, he almost took my life. It took everything I had to leave. And so I left and I continued to come to church, hear the word. And one day there was an altar call, and I had already knew that this was time to allow Jesus to come in, to change my life, to love on me. And I grew up in a household where you couldn't show any emotion, so crying was out of the question. And so when I received Jesus, when I said, yes, Lord, I'll make you my Lord, that was the first time that I was able to freely cry and not there be any repercussions or not feel bad about it. I was so full of joy. And from that point forward, I've been serving the Lord. He literally changed my life inside out, and I will be forever grateful. So you too, Jesus can change your life too.
Join the Jesus Changed My Life movement right now. Our testimonies can change anyone's lives, and as a result, our testimonies can change the world. So go to jesuschangemylife.net and join it now.